the Good Afternoon Planet Earth podcast with Dominic Leonelli and Amy Johns.
Good
Now for the
afternoon,
show.
Planet Earth.
what's up, y'all?
Introducing my awesome co-host, Dominic Leonelli.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You can follow me at my name, Dominic Leonelli, or Dom's Details, if you can't figure out how to spell Leonelli. And give it up for Amy Jan's IG. I don't have a niche.
God. Thank you. Oh my God. Man, so what have you been up to?
Just trying to put together a plan for TikTok, which like I know we talked about. Like I just started coming up with like one thing that I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do this once. I'm gonna have a niche on TikTok. I want to just do these like
Ooh.
obscure, very short, like you know how I used to do those stories, but they were long, like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I love those stories. They're so freaking good.
I wanted. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I want to take pieces of just make one story like 20 seconds. Just make these little 10 and 15 and 20-second stories just of me walking around New York and just throw them on TikTok. Just right from the phone to TikTok and just
That's
try to
super smart. It really is because like I feel like anything in New York, it always hits, you know?
right. Like the one video I have has 14K where I kind of did that. I did like a 15-second story in New York.
Yeah. Well, and your stories are just so like they're so unique. And then using New York City as the backdrop, it's bound to be great, you know?
Yeah, 100%. The backdrop makes such a difference. I'm
It
even
really does.
it really does. You know, remember we had your friend on that told us that, and I still try to remember that as much as I could, Nicole.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Guys, check out the episode with Nicole, the film. Well, we had two film students, but that was a filmmaker. Nicole was the
Right.
filmmaker. So first check out Alanis, the film student, then check out the filmmaker, Nicole.
Yes.
What's yeah, congratulations on the 1000K on TikTok.
Thank you. I know. I was so excited to go live and but I'm kind of afraid of going live. Like the other day I went to do a writing prompt. So I was like, all right, well, how about we pick a word, a random word, and we all sit down and write like free flow. And then this guy named Soupy Poopy 69.
Jeez, oh, best hey. Let me know what your personality is up front.
Right. And then so he went to join. People can it's kind of like what's that called? Chat roulette.
All right.
So he he wanted to chat with me. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I got 0 viewers. Why not?
Right. Ah.
So I ended up chatting with him and I he's so interesting, this person. So I didn't know he had like 100K followers.
Wow.
He has 100K followers, and I didn't know his whole shtick. So what he does, he's like, I don't know, he's like ironic, like he pretends not to know things, but you know, Nathan For You on Comedy Central.
Possibly. I think so.
Well, I can't explain this kid like well, we're the same age. I can't explain his humor, but it's something else. So I was telling him about our podcast and he goes, "What's your podcast?" And I was like, "Well, you know, we do hot topic and like ask Reddit like stuff." So he's like, "Oh, what's ask Reddit?" And you know, I'm explaining to him what ask Reddit is, but that's his whole thing. Like
Ugh.
he pretends not to I don't know. Some of his stuff is pretty funny. Anyway, check him out, Soupy Poopy 69. Pretty
Right.
funny stuff. But anyway, so then I went to do another live and I hopped on live for a little bit and I freaked out. I got nervous because these random people, they just pile
Get
away
sticky.
everybody. My apologies for this lag. I don't know what's going on today. Have you ever had a day where things are just, oh God, just
Oh
let me
shit.
crawl behind a cave? And yeah, everything else good in your life? Everything else good?
Yeah, everything's going pretty good. I just shot a sketch that I'm excited to actually edit this one myself. So guys, check that out and see
Yes,
what my
on your
editing
personal
skills.
YouTube?
It's gonna go on YouTube, Instagram. It'll be on Dom's Details Instagram. It'll be on Dom's Details TikTok, and yeah, it'll be on my YouTube, Dominic Leonelli. It'll be everywhere. So I'm
Awesome.
gonna
Oh
just
my
try to
God.
put that out, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping that'll be fun. It was a fun shoot to do, just in general. I had a blast. I can't wait to do more. What
Oh,
about
that's
with
awesome.
you?
Well, I've been helping. Oh, cool. That fixed the camera. F
It
this little
did,
webcam thing. Oh my God.
yeah.
It was, I don't know if you noticed it, but I was trying so hard to keep my attention span. Like it was throwing me off. You were doing so good, but with the lag, oh my God, I was trying so hard to focus.
Was
Anyway,
the brightness of the light behind you? Is that what it was? What was it?
so I had this webcam in and for some reason it was lagging. I don't know. I've never
Damn, that
experienced
sucks.
that.
And I
But
have the
yeah, so
same webcam. We'll see what
I know.
happens. I
But yeah, so I've
just
been
made
trying
myself
to
blurry.
help my friend Leslie with like PR, helping her get press for her pop-up shop. And so I've been really busy with that, with doing pitches and stuff. And it's interesting because with the way so publicity, it's earned media. Okay, so a lot of people they confuse PR for advertising.
I do. I
PR,
thought that's what
yes,
that was.
PR is not advertising, and I'll tell you why. Advertising is paid media. PR is earned media. So PR, ethically, you should never pay for PR. Everybody remember that.
Good
Never
to
pay for
know.
PR. And that is why the lines are blurred a lot with these influencers because you're pay a lot of them you do pay for for them to do the ad in exchange in which they have to follow FTC guidelines and put sponsored.
Right. So
Because
that's
PR, it's supposed to be, I give you this product and you give me your honest opinion in exchange. We're not allowed to dictate your opinion. But an
wow.
ad, though, because it's paid, we are allowed to dictate what goes in it. So anyway, so with the whole like layoffs, that like it used to be easier to get earned media. But these poor journalists, like a lot of them are freelancing now instead of being on staff and they're working many publications and they're not paid like they used to be journalists. So shout out to journalists. I understand your hard work as someone in PR like trying to get press and stuff. You guys um I know they probably get like thousands of pitches each week. So it's been a struggle. I've been doing pitches. I got us on a Fox website.
That is
Uh,
awesome.
yes. If you're in New York City, please, please, please check out Leslie Ware's pop-up shop. It's called From Art to Wear. It's going to be a bunch of artists and she's doing her first time pop-up shop. It's open now until July 22nd. I will put the details down below. Dom, it's right by you.
Sweet. I'll definitely check it out, guys.
Yes,
It
please
gives you a
do.
reason to come to the village. Come to West Greenwich Village, West
Yes.
Village, Soho. Get a cronut at
And
Dominic's.
oh yes. And it's so exciting now that the weather is getting nicer that like going shopping is fun now that the weather is getting nicer.
Right, just walking around. I did last night at like 2 in the morning. It was 70 degrees. I was just walking around. And then Same thing with today, this morning, just to be able to sit outside. I remember when it was freezing, you're running places.
I know. I know. Uh-oh, Dom, I lost. You know what's frustrating as artists? We have to do like 80 million things at the same time. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting like depressed from it. I'm getting burnt out.
Me too. I felt
I
like
need a
today,
break.
yeah, today I was like, damn, I didn't even go out and really enjoy the day. Like I was out for 10 minutes. I had to edit a video, do this,
Yeah.
but I enjoy this. I love this. It'd be cool to be able to do this
Right.
from outside.
I know. I enjoy all of this, but the thing is, I'd like to drop like I want to just be an artist. That's what it is. So like all right, so
Get after
here's
it.
it's like
Wow.
Fox 40. It's one of the local things. Somehow in Binghamton.
That is funny.
I
I
know.
gained some followers recently. I've been gaining traction like today. For some reason, I keep gaining every time I look, there's like one follower like every 10 hours or something.
That's awesome. I mean, you're hilarious, so it's about time.
I appreciate that. Let's go viral, guys. Help us out.
Yes, please, please, please help us artists go viral. Dom, are you down to get your tarot card read?
Yeah, I was just talking about this with somebody I met in the
Really?
village, and they were saying how much they swear by it. I'm nervous.
Okay, honestly, I have to say it's kind of really on point, like tarot cards or tarot. Some people say tarot, some people say tarot. But yeah, so I got this deck. Here's a good virtual birthday party idea. So you know Francis from the pod before this,
Right.
episode
Yeah.
31. It was their birthday in January. And so I was like, let's do a virtual party. So I got Francis a deck and me a deck, and then we did it over FaceTime. So it's a fun virtual birthday party.
That
Yeah.
is cool. Good idea.
Thanks. All right, Dominic. So now what? Here we go. What do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on yo, guys, I need a freaking office. Look at this. I can't, I
Right.
got no place to stick the mic.
Right.
Oh
I
Lord,
never even put my
please.
stand together.
Oh my god. I'm gonna just do this. Fuck it. I give up. Today's one of those days where I just literally give up. I'm throwing my hands in the air and just saying, Lord, protect me. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to just do that. All right, Dom. So what do you want to focus on? Would you like to focus on your love life? Your career or like money?
I would say, I would say career over money, honestly, because I feel like the money would come,
Yeah.
but career.
All right, cool.
That's how you can tell I'm really about it. Like, I'm in this shit. I hear people say, I just want to be a comedian to make enough to retire. And it's like, well, then you
Right.
don't want to be a comedian.
Oh yeah. I
I heard
know.
a, I heard a girl the other day say, I've been on stage already 3 times.
Oh
And I wanted to
Lord,
say,
get
you
out of
got
here.
10 million more to go.
I know. Dude, seriously, like I didn't know comedy. I used to always want to be a mom when I was a kid, and now I'm like it's taken me so long to like grind my chops at my career. I don't know if I'll ever be financially like in a place to pump a kid out, Like I always
Right.
told myself, I was like, I'm never wanted to have a kid unless if I could take them to Disney World. And that's been my policy. Like ever since I was a kid, that's been my thing. And anyway, if you guys are like want to do comedy for money, just get out of it. Like don't do it for fun,
Right.
you know?
I
Anyway,
knew one guy I met. I'll let you do this thing, but he
sure.
told me he ended up adopting like 4 or 5 kids, and he said he got money for them, and he was able to pursue his dream as a comedian because he gets money like from the kids somehow. I don't know how it works, but he said the key is you gotta get more than 3.
No, God, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
that's what he said. He's like, you can break up the money each month,
This
get
is a
two
get rich
bedroom
quick
house.
scheme I never imagined. I never saw coming.
Right. He's
All
like,
right.
remodel your basement. Let's see what we got.
All right, universe, give us the answers to Dominic's career. Here we go. Okay, I'm
Oh
going.
gosh.
This one is your past. This is your present, and this is your future.
Rip the past up. Rip it up right now. I can't see
Right.
that.
All right, Dominic. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to interpret it, and then I'm going to research it.
Okay, wait, you're gonna act out my past?
No. The world tarot meaning. All right, here we go. Okay, Dom. Oh Lord. All right.
I'm ready.
So your past is this, the
Well,
world.
what is? Oh, dope.
Yeah. So the world. Hold on for anybody. All right. So yeah. So the world. So she is in the middle. She's centered. She's in the clouds. So she's very dreamy. She has her head in the clouds in a way that is empowered and focused. She's in the middle. She's focused. So in the past, you knew you had the world in your hands. So I would interpret this that you went to follow your dreams.
Amy, you're 100% right. Like, I don't know if this is arrogant or what, but I felt like even though the 5 years I was washing cars, in my mind, I wasn't really there. I was like, oh, I'm just getting ready for the stage and I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
I will make it. That's crazy.
I'm the same way. Here I'm gonna go ahead and share with you my screen. Good afternoon, planet Earth. Who the hell?
That is deep. I mean, I don't know if that could easily be said for everybody. I really mean it when I say my head was in the clouds at the car wash. I
I'm
was
the
just like, yeah, it's like I'm just focusing on stand up. I was daydreaming about stand up, honestly.
I'm the same way. All right.
Same.
And you
That's
know what?
it.
That is what got me through a lot of terrible jobs is my dream. It literally has kept me alive.
Right. I was walking dogs and
Yeah. All right. Lady Tarot. Here we go. All right. So the world card in the tarot deck. Blah blah blah. The green wreath around flowers that surrounds a central figure is a symbol of success, while the red ribbons are reminiscent of infinity. Okay, so like you are going to do comedy forever.
oh,
Maybe, guys, disclosure, I'm not professional. Okay, to encounter the world is to encounter unity and wholeness. So like comedy gives you wholeness. Okay, so upright, fulfilling career path. So yeah, in your past you discovered your fulfilling career path. All
I
right.
agree.
So now you're present.
Huh.
Okay, so this is
A picture of ice cream.
Two of Wands. All right, so Two of Wands. You've got your back facing back, not forward. So maybe you're a little hesitant, but you have the world in your right hand. So I think you're really close to being exactly where you want to be. I think there might be some obstacles, but you're going to overcome them by let me see. You have the stick, so you're stable. You're finding stability while following your dreams. You're building stability. That's how I interpret that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Um
It's called the Two of Wands.
yeah, Two of Wands.
You know, I did work for construction a little bit with some people.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
that's it.
maybe that represents you've like got one foot
Right.
yeah, you got one foot towards your dreams and another um trying to make a life for yourself. All right.
I
Oh
feel
shit.
pretty stable right now.
So planning, first steps, making decisions, leaving comfort. You just moved.
Right.
Taking risks. Oh my god. Oh wow. Two of Wands is a more mature version of the ace, meaning that it's all about planning and moving forward, progression.
What? Damn, and I'm doing that.
Planning your career, taking first steps in your career, envisioning dreams.
I've really been doing that.
You
I've been
really
in,
have.
I've been envisioning an audition at the Comedy Cellar, and I've been tightening up my jokes.
All right, so you're getting there. And then here's for the future.
Oh,
This
I can't
is
wait for this one. It looks like a great future. Let's hope.
yes,
Sunburn.
five of swords. Five of swords. All right, so warrior energy. I would interpret this that all right. Ooh.
Not good. Not good. It's okay.
Let me tell you, one time I did my dad's fortune and I like pretended that I didn't get it and I was like, "Oh, you got this one." But no, they all can be interpreted as good as well. So look, you're guarded. You're guarded. You have one sword on the ground, you got two swords here. So you're going to overcome a lot and it's going to make you very guarded and protected. You may lose touch with with some friends, but that's because you've grown and they haven't. So look how her feet are very stable. You
I
have
kind of foresee this coming too.
so you had to fight for stability and you're guarding all of it. And there may be someone who isn't supportive, but like you've grown, like you've lost them in a good way. Do you know what I
I think
mean?
I know exactly what you mean. We'll have to talk about it after the
All
podcast.
right, five of swords, meaning here we go. All
I
right, so
had
that's
somebody so negative in my life, and I think it's cool that they kind of just seem to be falling out of it. What do you got? What else?
all right. So arguments, disputes, who has a very convenient look of contempt. He is looking at the enemies he has managed to conquer. So you conquered. So you know you've achieved, you've won. All right. Which he has taken from other combatants. The two other figures are walking away. Okay, so people, you've won. People are walking away. They lost. In a sense of loss and sadness. Above them, okay. Despite, okay, let me see. Hold on. All right, the card indicates that you're engaging in a conflict of some nature. It can suggest a disagreement. Despite the fact that you think you've won, you might lose in the big picture. I don't like this. Right now, all
Let's
right,
see
here we
what
go.
it says. It's
All
okay. I
right.
could take it.
All right. Right now, it's important to attempt to pick up the pieces. You still have the chance to act while the conflict is fresh. You may feel as if everyone and everything is against you. You might also lose some friends along the way. This is why you will need to make a significant decision about your point of view. What is more important to you, mutual progress or winning? This might require you to stand up to a conflict within yourself. Wow. So, key takeaway, what is more important to you, mutual progress or winning? So, here we go. The card represents ambition in a way which is rather negative. Too much ambition without actual regard to the consequences or people that you affect is never something good. Misplaced ambition, such as the one depicted by this card, can leave you as a dejected loser or a callous winner. All right, so the card instead asks us to be more considerate of those that we surround ourselves and to let go of the ego. So here's why I think this card is great. So I have a feeling this card is predicting you're going to get super successful, okay? And what comes with success in Hollywood? Look at the Britney Spears documentary.
Okay.
People cling onto you for the wrong reasons and like Hollywood can sort out who your real friends are really quick.
I'm sure.
So, but maybe you will get some success and your ego, like we all have ego. Like, yo, if I get a blockbuster movie, A list, I'll probably have an ego and
Right.
I might hurt people. You know what I mean? So when this is why tarot cards are great so you can prevent situations in the future. That's all. It's not fortune telling, it's just better directions on how to navigate your life. So let's say when you do get successful, be mindful of the people who you genuinely care about you and include them in like, don't get wrapped up in the fame.
Got you.
I think that's how it could be interpreted, but that's just me. So yeah, so be mindful. Success success is coming. I think with everything in Hollywood, success has a heavy price because it's so extreme. Like look at Britney Spears and Kim Kardashian. They have to deal with people in their face with cameras every day.
Yeah, that's
And a
wild.
lot of people don't empathize because they're like, "Oh, well, that's what you get for walking in the spotlight," you know?
Right.
So be
That's a
aware of
good
your
thing.
ego and be mindful of the people that care about you, their feelings.
That's really cool. Yeah, I like that. Planning ahead a little more. Tarot
Yeah,
cards, they prepare you a little better.
they really do. Yeah, I've found I was really enlightened with a few of my readings.
It's crazy how much visualization is like such a thing because with some of my stand-ups sometimes if I really sit here and go over my jokes right now like and really visualize the outcomes of the audience and the reaction, I swear sometimes it just works out that way or similar. Like when I'm going into crowd work, I kind of feel like if I say enough angles during the day, it just gives me something in my mind. Like I'm not saying like maybe I put the universe doesn't make it happen, but the fact that I planned it so much, I'm so prepared, it seems
So
like. And
true.
that's what these tarot cards are like. It now it has my eyes open to things I wouldn't have thought about.
Yeah, and I think the older I get, the more like I used to think spirit guides are BS, but the older I get and the more I meditate, I really do feel the universe guiding me. And that whole rejection is protection. I'm now seeing it like, oh, okay, I didn't get certain opportunity because of this or
Right. Let me try this experiment. I just tried it and I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I just tried it last night. But a friend of mine told me to do this.
All right.
He said, you know, when you get that feeling in your gut to do something like out of nowhere, like your gut might say, go left right here or whatever.
Yeah.
He said, next time you get that feeling, follow your gut automatically without thinking about it, but only
Yeah.
follow it for like 3 steps and then turn around and walk the other way. And he said, it's going to feel like the wind or something's pulling you. And you'll
Oh my
notice when you were following your gut, you were easily gliding to it.
I love that, and I totally agree with it because, I apply that rule when I buy stuff because I used to feel so guilty if I treated myself to a shirt, and, like, I would walk out of the store, and my rule became, if I still think about that shirt, I buy it. I'm meant to buy it.
Same.
Because it's like that feeling of like, I don't know, but okay, so one time I did exactly that, Dominic. So I went to my sales job. All right. I used to be a telemarketer. I sat down. I got this like depression. The moment I went there, I just felt so sad. My blood was cold in my veins. I just
Wow.
I just said, "I'm leaving." I usually I'm very responsible. I will give a 2 week out of respect, but with this sales job, I was just like, I can't take it anymore. I gotta go. And I was like, I thought about it. I was like, should I act on this? And I was like, my intuition is telling me, yeah, run. So I walked in and I was like, I didn't know what else to say. So I was like, hey, I got an acting gig. I was like, I'm so sorry. I got an acting gig. I have to leave immediately. And, oh, it was so embarrassing. They walk I It's so messed up when you quit a job, they, like, escort you. It's so creepy, and
That's too much. It's like,
I
come
remember
on.
them, like, waiting to walk me out. I was like, "This feels uncomfortable." Like,
Yeah.
no one should be hounded like this, and, anyway, I just walked out. I couldn't take it anymore, and I was like, "You know what? With this intuition, everything's gonna happen," and it didn't. So I kinda messed myself up. Guys, always have something aligned. Well, here's another thing. If you just quit, you have to mentally prep yourself when you change anything, because if you just quit thinking that you'll attract another thing, you will attract the same stuff. Let me give you an
Wow.
example. So let's say, okay, let's say if I just got out of a bad relationship and I immediately want to go back into dating to get my mind off the past relationship, I'm going to attract the same garbage because I didn't do the work, because I didn't feel aligned with what I wanted.
Yeah, and I kind of had a similar incident with the job when I was living in New York. I got into an argument with a bartender, and I could have been, it wasn't that serious, and we could have just been friends and let it go. But I was being a child. They gave me a couple chances, and I was all acting crazy. And I was like, not acting crazy, but I was like, no, no, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm done. And I just quit and left. And then I didn't find another job. I wish I would have left with an acting gig excuse because I left. They were like, "Oh, good thing we got rid of him. Good riddance." But people are still at your job, like, "Damn, that girl was lucky. She booked a role."
Oh my god, it's like I had to leave on a good note, like, that my ego, this, my
Right.
ego. Well, I had no success plus the ego. I had the worst cocktail of a human. 0 success and the ego.
Wow. Yeah, that's no
No,
good.
no, I it just hurt, like, working at a job, I was so low, and I was like, I had thought logically, like, what is an excuse that I could think of that could get me immediately out of here? I didn't wanna do the family situation. A lot of people,
Right.
"Oh, I had a family." No, that is bad, curse, whatever. So I was like, "Hey, I could say I got an acting gig, and then it's on me. It's on me."
Yeah, one time I used the family thing. My grandpas were all passed away already, and they all
Right.
were right. And I used that excuse, and they were looking for it in the paper. It's an Italian restaurant. He's like, "Listen, man, it's no problem, but just bring in the paper clipping then, or bring something in to prove it."
Oh
Yep.
my
I
god.
quit. The dude used to. They try to slap box me all the time. It was
God, he
yeah.
wanted proof that your grandpa died?
Right, they paid cash. They were kinda like a threatening way, like, "Yo, if you leave early, you might not be okay." Like, they were, like, acting
Oh,
like that, and it's like, listen, anybody in the mob really isn't in the mob. They were rich, their dad
right.
owned a car dealership, like, it was a small neighborhood,
Yeah.
but they pretended they were in the mob. But, yeah, the owner's son would come in, he was, like, 25 years old, I was 14, and he would slap box me, poked me in the eye, then he'd be like, "Why ain't the dishes washed?" I'd be like, "Dude, you're over here slap boxing me." Trying to
Right.
take out the trash.
That's terrible.
I did stand up there too, actually, years later. It was pretty cool doing stand up there. The brother wasn't there though, but I got to do a set there. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome. It's always nice to do a set where, like, where you can shine instead of being the person to shine the dishes.
Right. I had that at another place, another pizza place in Ohio when I'd be washing the dishes in the back. Like I worked there and they did comedy there, and the booker wouldn't book me. So I got a job there to get in cool with the owner, and I got the owner to tell the booker to put me up. And so I did it kind of slick just to get up. And I would be washing dishes, and they'd be like, "You're up in 5 minutes." I'd be soaking wet, and I'd go out there, and
You
I
would
was
do
like,
stand Oh, so you did stand up while, like, bussing?
"Yeah, this is a different place though, but it's a
Yeah.
different restaurant, but same neighborhood though." But
Right,
yeah,
that's what I did
yeah.
at the Comedy Store. I would be, like,
All right.
doing, like, tables and then just put my tray down and, go up.
How long were
Um,
the sets?
it depends. I mean, it depends whose show. At the time, it was kind of frowned upon, the waiters going up, but, that's how, Punky, the amazing, like, she's on SNL now, like, we, were waiters and, would do comedy together.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's so cool to see, like, Punky like, she deserves everything, so shout out to Punky.
That is cool. Hell yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's cool when you see people getting stuff like a lot of people when I first moved here is when they were getting stuff. or like there's some people that I first moved here and they're getting stuff now. And I like just being able to see like, okay, this is a real thing. It's not just you gotta know somebody. It is like if you stay grinding and stay true to the game, I think you do get opportunities, even though they seem so far and few between. But
Right. It is like a hustle, hustle, hustle. I don't know, but also we got to be okay if nothing comes of it too, cuz like I feel so much relying on needing success. Like comedy's that thing where it's like you need to eat,
right.
So it's like we identify you are what you do so much to where it affects our self-esteem. But it's also like, you know what? You gotta let go, you gotta trust, let go enough, and then also, like, be in a place where if nothing happens, you'll be totally fine, you know?
Right. I mean, well, now when you see like people getting stuff or getting their own thing, it really makes it like, oh wow, there is opportunities. Like even when they create
Yeah.
their own thing because they couldn't get somebody else's. I just seen a show coming out on Showtime, and it's Dan Perlman and Kevin Iceberg.
Yes.
How cool is that? What
So
Brooklyn
cool.
Misdemeanors, right? I can't wait to
I
watch it.
forget what it's called, but yeah, like,
Bushwick Misdemeanors, I think.
so cool, and, we'd always see Dan, like, writing in his notebook at the mics and stuff, like, he deserves the people who get stuff have been grinding,
Right. Yeah, yeah, true. I
So
mean, it is that you do say, hey, it's not like when people get stuff 9 times out of 10, you're not like, hey, why'd they get that?
sometimes you do see someone and you're like,
In certain cases.
yeah, you
But
do see
then you gotta look at
handouts every now and then.
what they did get. Like, honestly, if you get stand-up TV way too early on, I feel bad for you. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
you kind of just limited your career for a while, but maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Maybe people don't really watch the stand-up sets. I'm
yeah.
glad I held off. I had like an access TV thing I could have did possibly, but I held off because I was like, I just don't feel like I'm ready to be seen. And then I got nothing for like 8 years till New York's Funniest. And it's
But
like,
you
yo,
know what? On the other hand, like, you probably were ready to be seen. The thing is, no for artists, we all have to suck, and I wish that, like, audiences would understand, like, it's okay if we're terrible, because that's the process. But I
right.
know exactly what you mean, though. It's kinda like, uh, I never wanted, like, a dude I was dating at the time to see my stand-up because I was like, "Alright, if he sees my stand-up and it's bad, like, he'll look at me, like, terrible for the rest of my," or maybe that's just me, like
I mean, I kind of get what you mean. I know with me, it seems like when it comes to dating in regard, it's almost like since I don't have any credits, women would more bank on ambition or like whatever that is, like that I'm gonna get. Like, what is that
you
word?
know, um,
Prosperous. You know you're gonna
yeah.
get something in the future.
You know, it's interesting. Maybe that's why it's different with male versus female comedians in terms of like males will get a bunch of ladies. Like they could do an open mic and a lady will be like, "Oh my god, he's famous." But a lady could do an open mic and the dude will be like, they think it's cute and they don't see that it is realistic. But I
Right.
think women are more to see that it's realistic for their guy, but a guy doesn't see that it's realistic for the girl. I don't know, maybe that's
Oh,
just
that's an
my
interesting
experience.
look. I know, I don't know. I feel like being a guy, if I wasn't a comedian, I'd be too insecure to date a girl that's a comedian because I'd see the life and you're just in the bar and you're around guys. But
Right.
I feel
It's
like
a hard occupation to date.
every yeah, versus a girl, like a girl's like, oh, that's cool, he's a comedian. But girls also they want 9 times out of 10, to me at least my age group, they want some sort of security or they want to either know like, okay, what's your backup plan, or is this really gonna work? Like I'm banking on, I believe in you're gonna become successful at this, so I'm gonna stay with you. But
Yeah.
maybe some girls are like, "Hey, I make killer money, I don't give a shit," you know? I just
Right.
like you for you.
I
But I
think
feel
that's with relationships, it should be like that. Like, I make my money, you make your money, you do what you need to do. Like, it is weird how money is such a huge factor in relationships.
yeah, but as soon
It's
as it
so
starts
weird.
to be, when it comes up on like a third date with me, like I remember a girl said, "Well, like, what do you make in comedy? Why should I
Ugh.
believe that you're doing well?"
Ew.
I got up and left. I put my
That's
$7 down. I said, "Oh,
ew.
hey, I gotta go." She's like, "What? Are you that butthurt?" I said, "Oh, no." I
Ew.
said, "I just gotta
Tell
leave."
tell her to go gape.
Right. No,
Tell
I'm
her to
gay.
go.
What if she
We're
said
not
it?
butthurt, but we do have a
I always
we're
have
not
to.
butthurt, but I do I'm not butthurt, but I do have a podcast called Gaping.
Right. Listen, I have to preference the podcast to people. Like when people say, "Oh, you got a podcast? What is it?" I'll say, "Well, we don't do nothing to do with butt stuff." Then they'll be like, "What?" Now I'll say, "Oh, but it's called Good Afternoon, Planet
Right.
Earth," and they'll just be some
Right.
other people.
If you Google us, a couple of butt plugs might pop up, but
Right.
it's not what we do.
Some people
Oh my
don't
god.
know what gape is either. Say you
Right,
got
I
to
know, that's
explain
why
it to
now
them.
we just spell it all out. Guys, we now have a website, goodafternoonplanetearth.com, and our
Right.
apologies for it being so long, but we don't wanna be associated with the acronym, but
Gape.
whatever, it's all
Right.
fun and games, like we
Yeah.
care, you know?
Yeah. There's a confusion though.
Right, it's
I, I think just explaining it, everybody laughs during the. It's something
right,
that's so us, you know.
exactly. I
I
know.
Yeah, some wild stuff going on. Yeah, we're not into that stuff, but yeah, that is cool that you got to go up at the comedy store and do that. Like,
I
I
wish I
can't.
stayed. I think I was so, like, afraid of failing because I respected the actual building so much that I went back to New York City because in my head, I was going to do 10 mics a day, get past at the cellar, and then go back, and it was like this whole pride thing. It was like, "Look, this card is our theme of the day, ego." I
Right,
felt like I needed to be ready to but the beauty about when I was there at the Comedy Store is, like, get good. Just get up there. It's a workout room. But I thought I was like, I just felt so unworthy. Like, the Comedy Store is like a pedestal. Like, I was like, "I'm gonna go to New York. I'm gonna do 10 mics a night. I'm gonna get past at the cellar, and I'm gonna represent the Comedy Store accurately." I was, like, so bad of I was so embarrassed of being bad at comedy.
right,
It's so messed up. So my point is, back to what you were saying, you weren't ready. We are never ready. So grind and you know what? We gotta normalize it being a part of the process as an artist of not being amazing all the time.
right. Yeah, I had the same problems with myself, not believing in myself so much to where I wouldn't even want to try to write or try to do anything. And even like I would get stuck like that. I was like, oh, at comic strip late night, I'd be going up in front of three people and I'd wait like all night. I would wait like 6 hours to go up in front of three people. It's like I would
Right.
get off work, go home, shower, take the train an hour downtown, get to the club for sign up at 7:30 and go up at like 1 in the morning. And there'd be
I
three
know.
people, with one be asleep, two'd be arguing,
I know, and then you get up there and it's like, what's the point, you know? But the point is to get your reps in.
get those reps in. But what I should have did was I should have said, hey, I could let the comic strip slide. It's not worth the 7 hours. Let me just start my own show. Like, but I didn't feel ready.
Right. I know exactly what you mean. I mean, yeah, I stayed in the open mic circle way too long because I was so afraid of letting people down if I bombed at their show. Instead, I'm
Right.
like, I'm one of those people like, yeah, open mics. I'm an open micer. Like, no, dude, fucking, you're ready. Just give birth. It's like squeezing birth to yourself into the world. Like, go, go.
I
You know, like deer when they give birth to their does, they stand up and it's like kind of like this tough love thing. Like they give birth and they stand up right away. It's kind of like art. You just
wow.
give birth to your joke, stand up. You're ready.
Yeah.
Anyway, my lunch break is actually over. I have to leave, everyone.
Oh, well, it's been fun. I hate to say goodbye.
Bye. I gotta deal with some situation right now.
Some situations.
Some stitch,
You got
yes.
some constituents. Are you constituents of
I don't
them?
even know what that means. What the
Me
heck does
neither. I can't
constituents
even say it. You can't even say it.
constituents?
Got the constituents. All right, Ames. Well,
All
it's
right.
been fun hanging with you.
Yes, it's been awesome. Everybody check out our website, donate to our Patreon. We want to have parties, monthly, once a month parties with you guys virtual. And yeah, please become part of the Gape fam.
Yeah. All right. Adios.
Thank you for listening to the Good
Bye.
Afternoon
Oh,
Planet Earth podcast. The only afternoon show that's filmed in the morning and aired at night. Please subscribe and leave a great review if you can. We will be grateful for that. Have a good afternoon, Planet Earth. Thank you for listening to the Good Afternoon Planet Earth podcast. The only afternoon show that's filmed in the morning and aired at night. Please subscribe and leave a great review if you can. We will be grateful for that. Have a good afternoon, Planet Earth.